Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome to Amish Country Gardener. I picked up these cold crops here from the plant nursery a few days ago. I've had them outside for a couple of days acclimating to the weather, and today it's time to plant them in the ground. So come on, I'm going to show you how we do it. So today, we're out here planting cold crops for the season. Cold crops are vegetables that belong to the brassica family. I'm planting broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, and Brussel sprouts. I plant these cold crops all the same and together in my garden. For this planting, I have to till a large area. I start out by tilling back and forth until I have the approximate area broken up. I then use the rototiller in reverse. Going in reverse helps to break the ground up a little bit deeper. After this, I go back through to level the ground as best as possible. Here, I'm rolling out and attaching the piece of ground cover that will serve as the buffer between the peas and the cold crops. You have to leave room between your vegetables or you won't be able to reach them. I've always found it's better to make your walking paths wider than you think. When nothing is growing, it may look like wasted space, but after the plants are mature, this area closes up significantly. Next to this buffer is where I will be planting the cold crops. I'm bringing out this piece of ground cover that I used last year. It is already prepared for growing. However, I still need to make a second one to cover the other half of the bed. After securing the new ground cover, I'm running out the tape measure and using a dot of spray paint to mark where I'm going to put each plant. I'm spacing the plants 1.5 feet apart down the row and 2 feet in between rows. Also, I'm offsetting each other row to allow more room for each plant. I use a handheld torch to make the holes in the ground cover. The thing I really like about doing it this way is that the flame melts the fabric so the edges don't fray. However, you have to be careful not to catch the fabric on fire. These holes are about 6 inches around. This should be enough room to allow the stems to get bigger and at the same time small enough to stop excess weeds. Again, this ground cover is both water and air permeable. The soil underneath is still able to receive moisture and breathe. I've had my cold crop seedlings hardening off for the past few days. When seedlings are grown indoors or in greenhouses, they must take time to acclimate to outdoor conditions before planting. If you don't do this, transplant shock will probably be too great and they could die shortly after. Now I always wait for evening to put transplants in, as it will be less harsh on the young plants. Also, I try to wait for a cloudy day or for rain in the near forecast. If done correctly, after a few days, these seedlings should start growing and not be stunted. When planting the seedlings, I start by making a shallow hole with my hand and then gently placing each plant into the hole. I then bring some extra soil around the seedling and then lightly press it into place. It's very simple to plant seedlings. After all the seedlings are planted, I slowly walk between the rows to compact the soil. This will help to create a bit of a water reservoir, as well as allow the ground cover to hold firmly in place after I put some more sod staples in it. Of course, as always, I go back and give everything a nice watering. When watering transplants, you want to make sure that the water soaks deep enough to fill any air pockets near the roots. I'll give an update of how the cold crops are growing in the near future. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure you give us a like and click subscribe. Stay tuned for more content coming up shortly.